the Blues. The lid is off. The fans are going absolutely berserk. They're into a prelim final for the first time since 2000. In that time, they've won 5 wooden spoons and had 8 coaches. And on Friday night, it was so good to see Tom De Koning stand up in a final. Lloydie, he was immense.
Oh, he was immense, and at this point, 19 points down, you thought, are they going to be blown away here? Are Melbourne going to smash them in this final? So he settled the nerves for them with these first couple of goals, and just the exuberance he's playing with, the excitement, Damo. It was big for the Carlton.
And the double teaming of Gawn by De Koning and Pittonet, Lloydie, and again, we're focusing on De Koning here, and rightly so, because it was a big game, a second big final for him. Look at this marker. He's just presented himself regularly, but Pittonet's role within that greater operation was equally crucial in the eyes of some key Carlton people.
Yeah, good point, Damo. Yeah, he wore Max Gawn down in the end, by the end of the game, despite Max missing a couple of shots for goal. And you touch on Carlton. I think the stability of what I think Brian Cook and Luke Sayers and these guys, what they did mid-season to settle everyone down, make hard decisions, let Matheson go on the board. We shouldn't let that go away either. What a good club has done this year compared to what they would have done in the past.
So Harry Mackay and Jack Martin will be available. Who is the unlucky ones that miss out?
Well, Cunningham was subbed out, so that's not probably looking too good for him. And I didn't think, although Lever didn't rip the game apart, I'm not sure that Kennedy, if they don't need that match-up again with Kennedy, I think Kennedy could be another one who might miss out. Now,
just back on TDK, we weren't the only ones that were raving about him. An international superstar in Robbie Williams himself has, well, he's fallen in love with Tom De Koning.
De Koning's in the air, everywhere I look around. De Koning's everywhere, leaving bodies on the ground. And he's better than his brother, even better than his dad. There's only one Thomas De Koning, and he's the best one we'll ever have.
De Koning's in the air. Do, 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 do. That has been stuck in my head all weekend.
You wanted to play 2 minutes of that.
I did want to play 2 minutes of it. And you know what? While we're at it, see you later, Kiss. Bring Robbie Williams back for the grand final, I say. All right, let's talk about our crypto brave play. It can be none other than Sam Doherty. He dislocated his shoulder. We know he's so courageous both on and off the field. This was just before half-time. And then Damo, he comes back on in the second half and somehow he rallied and gave it absolutely everything.
The role he played in the second half in a slightly different way was incredible. But Nat, given he's fought back through cancer, given he's fought back through knee reconstructions, he's not missing a half of a football with a popped shoulder as he did. And to stand up the way he did, he wasn't the only brave player. And Blake Acres has equally got a bad shoulder as well. And he was equally crucial in this same play as Doherty to Acres. The two most banged up people on the ground were there when they required them. But the Doherty story, Nat, it was already complete in a comeback sense, but it's just adding layers to it now.
All right, so let's look ahead to the prelim quickly. It's Brisbane and Carlton at the Gabba. Lloydie, some tantalising matchups.
There are superstars absolutely everywhere, and you need superstars to get yourself to a top 4 position. But Joey Daniher has been in phenomenal form, and so is Jacob Wiedering, one of the players of the final series. Cripps v Dunkley. Dunkley shut him down the last time they met. So
you go again with that?
I think you'd go again. Yep. Sam Walsh is the player of the final series so far, but Hugh McCluggage was best on ground in the first final for Brisbane. And then I think Payne did a fantastic job on Curnow last time, but he's been in a moon boot the last week, so they'll have to weigh that up, whether he's the right matchup for Curnow.
And the weight of not performing for Charlie Curnow in the semi-final against Stephen May, that'll be at play at some stage of that game.
Yeah, and didn't play that well the week before either, so yeah, he's due for a big one.
Now we have to talk about one of the great storylines of this final series, and it's going to be Michael Voss returning to face Brisbane, where obviously was a 3-time premiership player, Damo, and the last time that these two sides actually met in a final was 2009, and Vossi was coaching the Lions.
And he got him over the line in that particular game. I mean, you talk about the resurgence or the start of the Brisbane Lions' success. I mean, Lee Matthews came and coached the team, but Michael Voss was doing the hard yards initially as a 17-year-old Bears player before they became the Lions. So there's no one more instrumental to Brisbane Lions the way we know them than that man, and he's got to take his team back in. But he's not going to have one moment of thought for the Lions this week, Nat. And I don't expect by the time that ball's bounced for those supporters, while their emotions will be churning, when the ball's bounced, they'll only be after success for their team, the Lions, not Vossi.